Alright, Bungie, you fucking did it. You did it. You got me excited once again. Just when I thought I couldn't get any more excited, you kind of drop a random thing on your website, and I read it, and I am beyond ecstatic for all things Destiny 2. Everything in this, video we're going to be covering, all positive things. I can't find a single complaint. We're loving everything. Season of Chosen has been phenomenal. It's been mind-blowing how well it's going, and I'm loving every bit of it. And now the future of Destiny, from next seasons to the Witch Queen to Lightfall, and even beyond, has some awesome news for us to delve in, read, talk about, and I'm just excited. So with that being said, let's jump right into some of the first bits. Now, first on the list is information regarding the Witch Queen expansion, the Lightfall expansion, and a future expansion beyond Lightfall. Now, first and foremost, we got some unfortunate news that the Witch Queen expansion has been moved from fall 2021 to early 2022, so it seems that spring 2022 is most likely. Now, it's important to understand why they delayed it, and first and foremost, the health of the Bungie team and, the big deal that is the Witch Queen has kind of influenced this decision despite them not wanting to take it. Now, there is 3 points we'll be talking about that, gave their reasoning why. Now, first and foremost, these are all quoted. Just these 3 points are going to be summing up the best of each paragraph. So, the Witch Queen will light the fire on a strongly interconnected narrative across Lightfall and beyond, unlike anything we've ever attempted before, with characters, arcs, heroes, villains that persist over multiple future releases. This is awesome because, one, I love the characters. Kaido is awesome right now. She's one of my favorite characters, or favorite antagonists in all of Destiny right now. And I'm excited to see what Savathun does, the darkness. There's a lot of moving parts, moving components that's been building for about 2 years in Destiny, and we're leading up to that in Witch Queen. So, again, there's a big deal, big stakes in Witch Queen, and they want to make sure that, they properly do this new narrative approach that they're trying. We've been seeing some new narrative approaches with Season of Chosen, which I'm absolutely loving so far. So if they, all the time they need, give it to them. Now, next on the list, with Destiny now committed to being an everlasting, evolving world, we want there to make sure we are still taking the time to upgrade the systemic foundation of Destiny 2 to support everything we want to do in the future. Now, this means, committing to the definitive action MMO, keeping weapons and armor fresh, refining PvP, transmog being added, and cross-play. These all are very important parts of the game that they've been talking about. And again, I like this reason a lot. Now, last but not least, COVID-19 keeping us away from the office and a large amount of work on our plates, we needed to move the date in order to make sure both this year's updates and the Witch Queens both deliver at quality we strive for and on a schedule that makes sense for everyone involved. Now, again, it's important to mention that all these reasons I absolutely love. The health of the team is definitely something that should be more studios worry about. We've seen stories about how, studios have flopped with crunch and managing all that. So again, I'm glad that they're taking time to plan ahead, as well as ensuring that the quality of the product is, there. That's something we have been seeing forgotten in recent AAA titles. So it's good to see that will be, on the forefront of Bungie's plans. But even with the delay, we're still expected to see some stuff of Witch Queen's expansion this summer, which definitely is intriguing and awesome. Now, next on the list, rewards that matter. Yeah, this is going to be shocking because Bungie just sunsetted the sunset, something I didn't see coming, but overall, it's something that they decided to listen to the community of what they had to say about sunsetting, and they're changing their approach. Now, gear that hasn't been sunsetted yet will be good to use for the foreseeable future. Now, do Felwinter's and Warmind cells, need adjusting? Yes, even Bungie acknowledged that, but again, Bungie has stated that while they're here to stay, they will be doing some changes to the sandbox with these things in mind for the foreseeable future. We don't know specifically when, but again, Warmind cells in PvE, they're pretty powerful, and sometimes I do get annoyed by them because I just want to play and I want to, do my certain bounties, challenges, etc. And Warmind cells definitely destroy that. And Felwinter's in PvE with PvP with hunters, yeah, they're pretty annoying. Now, next on the list, power play. This is basically something I love. So, to reduce the grind that prevents players from playing all the activities in the world of Destiny, Bungie has decided to change the power increase per season from 50 down to just 10. So basically, if you reach max power this season, you will only have to grind 10 more power levels, which will be considered the pinnacle grind. This is great for, those looking to maintain 3 characters or ensuring that players who have taken a break don't feel too far behind the rest of the community when they decide to come back. This is, I think, the most important thing mentioned in this whole article. This, adjusting the power level system is pretty important. I think one of the biggest drawbacks of, the season start is that everyone's in a rush to get to that pinnacle area because then they'll be able to do all the activities in foreseeable future. If players don't get there, they're stuck grinding for half the season, you could say, and then half the other season they're trying to play catch up and do all this stuff. Again, increasing or reducing the power grind is something that you know, hardcore players will love when it comes to managing 3 characters, and casual players that have missed out will be, you know, thrilled because they can not miss out much, you know, time at all. And I think this is something that's really important. Now, next on the list, Angels of Death. Don't know why they titled it that, but yeah. So now Bungie has noticed that they haven't given the love to PvP activities. They will have 2 priorities: improving the sandbox balance and upgrading the experience of the game modes. So in Season 15, this is near the end of this year, 3 peeking will be addressed. So players cannot emote or pull out a sword with no ammo in competitive modes such as Trials, competitive playlists, and maybe Iron Banner. But again, for me, it's unclear what Bungie considers Iron Banner. Is it a competitive mode? Is it a, you know, standard PvP mode? We have to wait and see in that one. Now, they're also going to be addressing the balance between light and dark super balance. So this includes buffing light supers and nerfing stasis. Now, these changes include, you know, let's say Behemoth Titan, they're going to decrease the super damage reduction. They're also going to increase super energy cost when performing light attacks, remove freeze on AoE on supercast, reduce traveling efficiency of Shiver Strike when slowed. Now, with the Revenant Hunter, they're going to decrease the Withering Blade damage and tracking, decrease slow stacks applied to targets, remove Shatter Dive damage reduction. Now with Shade Binder Warlock, they're going to fix the bug where Ice Flare bolts wouldn't track towards targets immediately on creation, fix the bug where Shade Binder super projectiles were not tracking until a certain distance traveled, and in general, they're just going to decrease the Crystal Shadow damage. Overall, also changes to these stasis is that they're going to be seeing all across the board a general nerf to their damage, which I think is going to be nice to see. Now, hopefully it kind of balances out in PvE. I do know stasis is a popular option in PvE, and these sandboxes, PvP and PvE, are unfortunately intertwined. So whatever they do for PvP will affect the PvE part of the sandbox. So again, now following stasis tuning in Season 15, we will be also focused on the light subclass and release a set of targeted buffs to our most underutilized specializations. The goal of all these changes is to keep stasis feeling great in PvE activities and to bring its representation in PvP more in line with our light-based abilities. I think this is great. It's one of the fears we had as a community was Luke Smith said that there's a possibility of sunsetting, you know, supers. I'm glad that approach seems to be vaguely washed away, and they're walking back from that statement, even though I don't think they were pretty serious about it. But it's good to see that, you know, they're going to try to be bringing light-based abilities and supers up to par with stasis capabilities. Now, also on the list is that Bungie is going to be also doubling the size of their security team and legal action against cheat developers to ensure PvP is a fair experience for all. Someone that's on PC, this is something great to worry. Again, I haven't ran into too much cheaters, but every now and then you get that one guy, you're like, God damn it. But again, that's good to be addressing that. You know, doubling the size of the security team is a lot of what makes your cheat system or just your anti-cheat the best in general. Now, they're also addressing the console DDoS situation in Season 14, so that's good for all you console players. I moved to PC, so this is something I don't have to worry about anymore. But again, it's good to see that they're keeping console players in mind. Now next up, you know, this quote here on screen. First up, we are targeting an overhaul of Trials of Osiris, reward structure, and matchmaking paradigmas, I can't pronounce that, to release before the end of this year. With this update, we'll specifically want to target a few things. Now, they want to improve the overall health of Trials matchmaking pool, both incentivizing a wider audience to engage and better defining separation of skill tiers. Now, they're also going to rebuild the Trials reward structure so that it encourages more players to stick to their active cards longer. Our current structure encourages a lot of recycling cards after a single loss, meaning the first games of your Trials card are high chance of being incredibly challenging. We want to build a reward structure that continuously pushes higher skill players to want it to progress deeper into their card even after a loss, making 3 to 5 wins a more achievable goal for more players. Now, they're also going to investigate opportunities for solo players to participate in Trials regularly. This is awesome in my opinion. We believe this is not only make the matchmaking pools healthier, but also encourage more players to see what Trials is all about and hopefully form social connections with other PvP loving guardians. Now, this is all awesome. I think the solo component of Trials is much needed. Some form of freelance. Now, how far and how long and will people definitely take this route? We have to wait and see. But again, I love freelance competitive. I think freelance Trials will be better for allowing, you know, people who don't have a fire team all the time to participate in some way and get something from Trials. They might not go flawless, but they get something from Trials, which is nice. So it's also important to mention that after Trials, they will do similar things to the Iron Banner. I think this is something long overdue and exciting indeed. Now, the next part, we're going to be talking about the Vault of Glass. Now, this will be returning in Season 14. There will be a World's First and contest mode when this goes live for all you crazy Guardians that just love this shit. I mean, it's awesome to watch. I think the last contest mode with the Deepstone Crypt Raid was awesome and exciting to see. So I'm excited to see, you know, what teams do and things in that nature because it's fun to watch. Now, Bungie is also looking to add a master version of this raid as well, and add master versions to all raids and dungeons for the foreseeable future, but they didn't give us a timestamp or when they plan to release that. I just think it's awesome that they're going to be trying to make master versions of these dungeons and raids to even further the diversity of what you can do in PvE. Now, they're also including transmog, and I think this is something that's long overdue from the Bungie. I don't know why they waited so long, but 801 is returning and will serve as a transmog vendor, so be ready to see some awesome Destiny fashion. Armor synthesis will be the currency for this vendor. You can get this via bounties or with silver, real world money to be specific. Now, it's important to mention that we have to wait and see how much silver will be pushed. Hopefully it's balanced system, but Bungie does need to make money, so who knows. I'm not against silver being part of this. I know some other people will be against silver being part of this. I think Bungie does need to make some monies and cosmetics, even though Destiny fashion is a big thing. Cosmetic items, I think, is the right way to go about it. But yeah, it's awesome to see what people do. Now, final details revolving this whole article. Crossplay will be rolled out to the masses in Season 15 with alpha test in Season 14. In PvP, PC players will play with other PC players, but if they do play with a console player, it will be on a PC server. We have to wait and see if there's any workaround to that, but hopefully PC players stay with PC players, because again, mouse and keyboard, there's a big difference no matter what they do to aim assist. A great mouse and keyboard player will always demolish a great controller player. Nothing on that list. Also, via fans wanting more from Ikora after all these years, Ikora will be coming back into the narrative in Season 14, and she will play a big role in the Witch Queen expansion. This is thanks to the fans, obviously, because you guys wanted more from her, and Bungie definitely worked her into the narrative, which is great to see. Ikora needs some love. I like Ikora. I'm happy Zavala's front and center because he's obviously the commander. But yeah, let's see Ikora do some cool things as well. She was awesome in the Red War and things in that nature. And also, too, in Season 15, we'll begin to see weapons with stasis as an element. Now, this is exciting because this is going to open up a massive door in the sandbox with weapons and enemy types, hopefully. Again, imagine an enemy having stasis and you need to use stasis to take this shit out. It's pretty awesome. And also, last but not least, we were given a little bit of a sneak peek look at an armor set we can expect to see in the Witch Queen. And I gotta say, in this picture right now, the Warlock looks pretty damn sick and probably my favorite among the three. Nothing against the other classes, they do look pretty cool as well, but look at the fucking Warlock. He just looks like a G. But in all, guys, this is gonna be a long video. Holy shit, this is gonna be a long video. But yeah, there's so much shit going on in the world of Destiny. This was honestly one of my favorite things that ever dropped from Bungie since I saw the first reveal trailer. Again, this is all words, this is all promises, so again, we have to wait and see when or if Bungie delivers. But so far, it gives me optimistic hope that we will be seeing a massively bright future than we already have right now in Destiny. I love everything Destiny's doing right now, and I'm glad that they're taking these steps because it makes my love for this game skyrocket even beyond what I thought it could be. But let me know what you guys think about all these changes going on in the world of Destiny and things in that nature. Are you guys excited to see a lot of these changes coming for Witch Queen? I know it's got delayed. I think the delay could help the player base because it's coming out spring 2021, which is less, condensed compared to other titles. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe for more Destiny 2 videos along the way. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. And yeah, that's all I got for this one. This is now around 16 minutes on my audio recording. Shit. All right. Yeah, hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.